Oh, I think we're on. Yeah? All right, awesome. So, welcome everyone. I'm jumping on because I wanted to have a conversation with you all about self sabotage. Yeah? Self sabotage is that thing. If you think of, a snow globe, if you think of a snow globe, you're pretty much trapped inside this little mechanism. And there's nothing coming in, there's nothing going out. And if you shake the snow globe, all the little snow starts falling onto the people, right? So if you think about self sabotage, we're all inside of a little snow globe when we don't know better, when we don't know what else is out there. Consider that when you self sabotage, you're inside of a snow globe and it gets shaken up when something occurs, right? Maybe it's a deadline, maybe it's, someone says something to you that you didn't appreciate, or, you got let go of a job, whatever it is, right? That snow globe now gets shaken up. And then all of a sudden, all the little flakes are falling, right? Inside of that, those little flakes in self sabotage are procrastination, anger, easily upset, self confusion, self doubt, imposter syndrome, those thoughts of like, I don't belong here, they're better than me. You start to compare yourself. All of that is inside the world of self sabotage, right? And we do this. We're human. We do this nonstop over and over again. And for some of us, we don't even know that we're doing it because it's the thing we do to avoid feeling the intensity of that thing that we just got triggered with, right? So imagine, you work for a company and your boss stresses you out, and so your boss leaves you a voice message, Friday at 4:59 says, "Hey, let's have a conversation on Monday when you come in first thing in the morning." Well, let me just tell you, for a lot of us, that's triggering. And for a lot of us, we're going to be avoiding that Monday. We're going to have, those Sunday scaries. We're going to have them Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday night, basically, for the next 48 hours, right? And what we're really doing is that it's fear-based and we're avoiding that conversation, right? So it's part of self-sabotage. And so what you might do is you might, that Saturday or Sunday, you might freak out on friends. You might go off on your parents. You might, uh, you know, pour coffee down yourself because you're so frantic that you're not really paying attention to like what you're doing. All these are behaviors of self-sabotage, right? And so what I want you to consider is we all have a flavor of self-sabotage, right? So for me, it's actually procrastination. I procrastinate and I avoid. So if I have a big project coming up, I will literally sit down either the night before or a few hours before it's due and just create it, right? And that stems from that perfectionist quality that I have, right? Because it has to be perfect. And imposter syndrome dictates that if it's going to be perfect or if I'm going to do it, it has to be perfect. And so I don't always feel like I can give a perfect performance, whatever, whether it's in a report or whether it's doing a presentation. So then you avoid it, right? And the beautiful part is that, whatever your flavor of self sabotage is, um, it's on repeat. You've been doing it for the longest time, right? So you even have the feelings down packed. You know what avoidance feels like. You know what resistance feels like. All of that. So hi Eve, how's it going? So I'm doing a live training next Thursday on how to stop the self sabotage. And in order to get to stopping the self sabotage, like what your flavor of sabotage is, procrastination, self doubt, when you get stuck in the tornado of overthinking, yeah, avoidance is totally real. I've done self sabotage. We all do. We all self sabotage. And if anybody tells you that they don't, they're lying because it's so human, right? It's part of the human experience. Like we self sabotage. And what I'm doing is I'm offering everybody a training, a free training. It's live and it's going to happen next Thursday. And it's on how to stop the self sabotage. And in order to stop the self sabotage, there's one thing you need to know first. You need to discover. It will be revealed to you in that live training, right? So, we each have a character trait. We have three of them, and they're positive, negative. So that same thing, great training for the start of this. Absolutely. This is the training to be on, and it's free, girlfriend, right? So how do you access the training? Go to the bio. So you're on Instagram. Go to my bio, click out of this real quick, go to my bio, and that link, it's going to show up. Click on the link, and the first thing that pops up is going to say free training January 14th. I believe it's next Thursday. Put your name, put your email, and then we're going to send you the invite, and then you're good to go. Accept the invite so it'll be in your calendar so you won't miss it. You're going to get reminders. You're going to get a day reminder, you're going to get a 2-hour reminder, and then a 30-minute reminder, because you're not going to slip through my fingers. All right. So the training again is on self-sabotage. We go through life. What I love to say is that it's the snow globe of self-sabotage, right? So if you imagine a snow globe and whatever's inside of it, there's nothing going in, there's nothing coming out. And so when you shake it up, it's like all those little flakes falling all over you, right? So imagine those little flakes, they get triggered when you get triggered. So let's say your boss says to you, we need to have a conversation, and it's about the last project that you worked on. Oh my God. So the snow globe of self-sabotage starts shaking, and you start resisting, start doubting yourself, you start saying, oh my God, I'm gonna get fired. All these imposter syndrome thoughts start floating through your head. The training that I'm doing live, it'll be me and you, live next Thursday, go sign up for it. I will be covering so you can discover what flavor of self-sabotage you have and why it's that way. There's a reason why you tend to procrastinate. There's a reason why you tend to have self-doubt. There's a reason behind why your procrastination is actually overthinking, right? You overthink to the point where you don't even make a decision. You can't choose A or B because you're weighing the pros and cons of the pros and cons of the pros and cons, right? And if you're a business owner, if you're up to big stuff, right? If you have income goals, profit goals of $1 million or more, you can't get there. You can't get there if you're stuck inside the tornado of overthinking. You can't get there if you're constantly self-sabotaging yourself. And this works, or it doesn't work. This also applies to all the other areas of your life, your marriage, your relationships, your friendships, how you and your relatives, your family, how you interact with one another, how you communicate with one another. It's all connected to the flavor of self-sabotage that you have, because a lot of you have these repeat conversations with the people in your life, right? You see the phone ringing and you see who it is, and you're just like, ugh, what is that? What is the ugh? That's because you have an automatic reoccurring dialogue about that person and how that conversation is going to go. That's just the reality of it, right? But it's not true. But when you pick up the phone and you enter with the ugh already in your head, there's no other way that conversation is going to go, because you've already created the ugh around it, right? So inside this free training on Thursday that I'm having, that you're all invited to, and again, how do you access it? Go right now, click out of the live. It's okay, I'll forgive you. Go and click out of the live, go to my profile. There's a link in my profile. Click on that, and the first thing that pops up is going to say free training, stop self-sabotage. Sign up for it. Yes, go register now. Go sign up for it, and then we're going to send you the invites. We're going to send you reminders so you can be there. And when you're there, be there on time, because I just had this webinar on Wednesday, and from the feedback survey, they were just like, oh my God, it went so fast. You should have told us to not be late. And I'm like, no, girlfriend, that's your self-sabotage that keeps you coming late to stuff, right? So even if I would have said, come 5 minutes late or 10 minutes late, she still would have showed up late, because that's the flavor of her self-sabotage. And in the webinar, or in the training, she discovered why. She got to discover why procrastination is it's fear-based, right? So that's what I love about doing this training, is that you get to, you walk out of the training with, like we open the curtains and you get to see the dirty windows, because they're dirty. Let me tell you, they're dirty. If you're self-sabotaging, those windows are dirty, like with a capital D. All right. And so in the training, my goal for you is to discover why you self-sabotage and why you self-sabotage the way you do. Okay? Why you self-sabotage the way you do, and it will be revealed to you, and why it's procrastination, why it's, self-doubt. It's you're stuck in the tornado of overthinking. And all of that will be revealed to you when you discover your three positive, negative traits. See, they're one and the same. It's the same thing that has caused you success. It's the same character trait. If you're charming, if you're outgoing, that character trait that has got you success is also your downfall. And we get to see the both sides of that, right? Because a lot of you don't get that there's two sides to the coin. And so in the training, in the live training that's happening this next Thursday, you get to discover, it gets revealed to you. You do the work, by the way. You're doing work. It's not like choose A, B, or C. You literally are on the training and I ask you questions and you're thinking back and you're actually doing the work there live with us. So that's why it's only an hour long, but people have been asking me, can I extend it to a 2 hour webinar or training? Because it just goes by so fast, and it really, really does. And people said that they wanted to, hey man, hey Bill, how's it going? People ask me, can we please share more with one another? Because that's another great thing. Sometimes this is the first exposure people have to a group coaching situation, right? So again, I have a live training happening next Thursday, and it's from 8 to 9 p.m. Central. It's from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern, okay? I am not gay. Okay, got it. Thank you. Okay. So I have a training that's happening next Thursday, and it's to discover why you self-sabotage, right? And it's not just why you self-sabotage, it's why it's that distinct flavor. Because some of you self-sabotage in ways of like self-doubt. You doubt everything. And when you doubt, there's also a lot of comparison happening. You compare your journey to somebody else's, right? And that's a type of self-sabotage. Group coaching is the best because people can see that. OMG, you hit the nail on the head. When people join a group coaching session, you get to you join initially, and you're just gonna sit back. Some people turn their cameras off, right? But once they start hearing, oh wait a minute, I feel like that. I feel like I don't belong. I feel like I'm not worthy. I feel like I don't deserve. I feel like all of that. It's like, okay, I can turn my camera on. I feel seen. I feel heard. I can be in this room. It's safe, and that's exactly what happens. And so the training that I'm doing on Thursday, it's a live training. And it's on why you self-sabotage in that particular flavor, whether it's procrastination, whether it's self-doubt, imposter syndrome, all of that, and how we get there. Before you discover what your flavor of self-sabotage is, you discover three things about yourself, three things about your character that have been running the show for you. And it's different for everyone. And that's the fascinating part about it. And that's why I was having the conversation that people have been asking me, can the training be a little bit longer? Once I send the feedback survey, for future, can it be longer? Because we want to be able to share and we want to hear everybody's three character traits, right? And I would love to, but the thing is, y'all freak out when something's longer than an hour. So don't blame me, blame yourselves, right? So anyway, I would love to have every single one of you go and register for this. And so how you register is you go to my Instagram or you go to my TikTok, which is Nandoism. It's at Nandoism. And actually, let me put it on here, right? Breakout coach. Let me see what this will do. At Nandoism. Save. All right. So that should be around the title somewhere. The text color. Let's make it black. I don't get to see this. I'm actually broadcasting off of Lula TV, so I don't get to see what this looks like with all the fancy, wording or anything. So I just gotta trust you guys that it's all on there. And thank you. The palm tree hairdo, always, it's the best. Yeah, sometimes I bet you know what this is about. Sometimes you're just like in a go, you got stuff to do, and you just wrap it up, you bun it up, put it in a ponytail, and just go. And it's the easiest thing to go about it. In the summer, this is the look, Girlfriend, what are you up to? Like, talk to us. I want to, what are you up to? How can we support you today? Like, thank you. What are your big projects that you're working on, that I can spread the word, spread the love about, because that's what we do here, right? Another thing that I'm doing that you guys might be not aware of is I created a whole side business. The purple text looks very fancy. Okay, great. So I'm in the process of creating a whole new business. Don't worry, I'm still going to be a coach. I love coaching and never going to not coach. And but I'm also created a whole new business, and the business is called Project Pineapple. And Project Pineapple, it brings entrepreneurs, it brings people together and gives them a space to get their work done. So as entrepreneurs, sometimes we say to ourselves on a Monday, this week I should really create 4 TikToks, 3 Instagram stories, 5 permanent posts, a big thing on LinkedIn. So we create the to-do list, right? But then come Friday, it's like, how many of those things did you do? Probably none. Why? Because real life gets in the way. There's cooking, there's cleaning, there's groceries, there's shopping, there's all these things. There's cleaning the house, there's all this maintenance, and then maybe it's your emails, like whatever it is. Like there's things that keep you, there's things that keep you from doing what you're gonna do. And if you're doing a course, like one of the things is definitely, doing your ICA calls, right? Doing your research. So what Project Pineapple does, it allows you to create an appointment and you book a block of time, right? So you'll say Monday from 1:30 to 4:30. So that's an example. From 1:30 to 4:30 p.m. Eastern, you're going to enter Project Pineapple along with 30 other entrepreneurs to go get your work done. And that's all it is. It's an accountability system. So imagine you jumping on a Zoom call with all these other entrepreneurs, and maybe you chat for the first like 3 minutes really quick. We put you in a breakout room and you introduce yourself. You introduce yourself, and then you get to work. So you bring your own work with you, and our success is that you accomplish your work. So we're actually doing the pilot. We're doing the pilot right now. It launches Monday. And so I'm very excited. We have 52 people registered. We have over 161 hours clocked that people have signed up for to complete their work. And it's all through Project Pineapple, right? So if you're curious, if you're interested in getting your work done in a way that's a little bit more fun and a little bit more productive, so you can hang out. Oh, it's a pineapple. I see it. It's not a palm tree. Oh, so yeah, if you're interested in some accountability, if you're interested in actually setting an appointment to get your work done, you'll be surprised how much work you can actually get done in a 3-hour block of time when you're actually working as a group with people. Now, don't get freaked out because you guys aren't talking throughout the session. No. You're not doing that because the whole purpose, because that would be distracting, right? So literally what happens is that you sign on to Project Pineapple, and by 7 minutes into the hour, you're at work, right? So you can keep your camera on or you can turn your camera off. You're definitely muted, but you can turn your camera on and off. And you either get to take like little micro mini breaks, right? You might look up and see, people's backgrounds. You'll see people playing with their cats, as a little break or whatever. But the main goal is for you to feel accomplished and get your task done. And it's to do it in a way where you're not like overcharging yourself, right? Pacing yourself. We're going to get our work done. It's going to happen. Chill. What's our first task? Oh, our first task is to write out 3 YouTube videos. Okay, great. So start with video number 1, right? And so you let us worry about the time. You put all distractions away, and when the 1 hour is up, we ping you, you put a pin in it, you pause, and then all of a sudden, it's time to take a quick break, right? So you go get some water, maybe you go to the bathroom, you come back, we do a little exercise, to get the blood flowing, to create some oxytocin, some serotonin, get the endorphins pumping, and then bam, it's time to start your second hour, your work hour. Again, at camera on, off, is up to you, and then you get your work done. So then all of a sudden, work hour number 2 is done, and you've already completed 2 YouTube video scripts, right? So what are you going to do in the third hour? Maybe the third hour you decide, you know what? I'm actually going to record them. I'm going to record two of them because maybe, you're a pro, you know, and you can record a YouTube video in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So that gives you plenty of time. So I want you to think about Project Pineapple as a place where you come and you get your work done, right? So We Succeed, Project Pineapple, usually a product or service is, you pay me money and then you get, something in return, right? So like an iPhone, you pay Apple and in return you get an iPhone, or you pay the Slinky people and in return you get a Slinky. With us, you come, you sign up for Project Pineapple, and what you get is your own work done. You get your work done inside while building community because you get to meet other entrepreneurs that are global. We have people signed up that are from Argentina. We have people, I believe, from Paris, Italy. We have people from New York, obviously, and we've got a lot of people from Texas. So inside, hey Melissa, so inside of Project Pineapple, you get to experience, community, a community that you may have not been exposed to before. And you also get to create accountability. So you have an accountability partner in Project Pineapple, right? Because once you sign up for it, you're going to want to show up. So, it's something to look out for. And again, the whole purpose of me jumping on here was to talk about my live training that's happening next Thursday. So the training is on how to stop self-sabotage. And if you want to sign up for it, it's absolutely free. The training, you walk out of that training knowing why you self-sabotage, whether you're a procrastinator, whether you get stuck in the overthinking tornado, whether you are full of self-doubt or in comparison mode. These are all the ways that we self-sabotage. You're constantly comparing yourself to somebody else's journey, or you think, they're better than you, or the thoughts of imposter syndrome, I don't belong here, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve this, right? My success was all due to luck. All of that. You discover why that's your flavor of self-sabotage in the live training. And before you get to what the flavor is, you get to discover, and you've never been there before. So you actually get to do some work on yourself there. So you get to have me for free for 1 hour, and you do some self-discovery work. And the work that you're doing is you discover the 3 positive negative traits that you have. We all have them. But they're unique to you. So, there might be 20 of us in the room. There might be 40 of us in the room. I'm expecting at least 20 to 30 to 40, right? And so everyone is discovering what their positive negative traits are, And so we'll do some sharing, like, what did you discover? Would you like to share? And when you start hearing people share, you're just like, holy moly, I'm not alone in this. I'm not alone. Like, there's someone out there that feels the same way that I do. Or I'll tell you, sometimes you're like, oh, gee, like, I'm glad that's not me, because here's the thing. We get so comfortable. Do you know that you're comfortable with your type of self-sabotage? And literally everyone around you already knows what the flavor is. I actually have someone in my circle that her self-sabotage is procrastination and avoidance, right? So she'll go and sign up for about 50 things, and we're to the point now where she's not allowed to sign up for anything because she won't do them, And what happens is she'll sign on to take on, let's just say doing a training. I'm going to do a training on XYZ. And then the next day it's like the training's happening at 7 p.m. She hasn't logged on because she's so scared. What if it doesn't go right? What if I don't do it right? Da, 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 da. That's her self-sabotage. She procrastinates and then she avoids, So, and I've invited her to this training and she won't take it. And it's like, okay, you could learn so much about yourself. You could learn so much. I see not a lot of people are giving me hearts. How come? You guys are stingy. Where are my hearts? I want some hearts. I want some love. But I do want to invite you all to go. How you get to the training is you go to my profile. You go to my the link that's on there. I only have one link. If you're on Instagram, if you're on TikTok, go to the link. And the first thing that pops up when you click the link, it says live training, stop self-sabotage. And so just put your name, your email, and done. It's done. You're going to get the reminders. You're going to get a calendar invite, you know. It's easy breezy. OMG. You got to be kidding me, Michelle. So I'm talking about self-sabotage, right? And we all have a self-sabotage flavor. Some of us procrastinate. Some of us, I miss you too so bad. You didn't even know it. Some of us procrastinate. Some of us get trapped in the tornado of overthinking, and then we don't make decisions, right? Some of us, how we self-sabotage is that we also we overthink, we procrastinate, we avoid, we resist communication. And so there's a reason why. There's a reason why you do that. And in this training that I'm doing, it's a free training that's happening next Thursday, from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern. All right. So just go to my profile, whether you're on Instagram or TikTok, go to my profile, click on that link. And the first thing that's going to pop up, it's going to say free training. Okay. Let Nando help you. He helped me. Awesome. Thank you. I can always count on you for the best and most warmest, authentic testimonials. Like you're just so amazing. And FYI, folks, Michelle, I worked with Michelle. She's open about it, right? So like I worked with Michelle, and let me tell you, this is why I miss working with Michelle. Because Michelle would show up and she would be stubborn, right? She'd tell me I did, but she would tell on herself. She would totally tell. Remember, Michelle? She'd be like, this happened this morning and I know I shouldn't have, but okay, now what should I do? So she would tell on herself, and then she'd be like the most coachable person on the planet. Probably one of the most coachable people that I've ever worked with, Michelle. And that's what I miss about you. But anyway, if you all are available next Thursday from 8 to 9, you will discover your 3 positive, negative character traits. And these are the things that dictate or give you the flavor of self-sabotage that you do. All right. So I'm actually going to head out. Thank you so much for spending all this time with me. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate like all the love that you all gave me. I'm going to take a couple of screenshots. Hold on. I'm going to take some screenshots because you guys were totally awesome. There's that one. Let me do this one. And then I'm going to log off because I'm actually headed to another webinar. Have you guys been on Clubhouse? Have you been on that new platform called Clubhouse? If you haven't, I totally recommend that you create an account. It's called Clubhouse, and it's only iPhone right now. I'm going to say something that probably some of you are going to hate. It's only for the cool kids. It's only for the ones that have iPhones. And so go create an account. It is amazing, the stuff happening on Clubhouse right now. And I'm on Clubhouse. So if you sign on, make sure to add me. I'm at Nandoism, right? All my handles are at Nandoism. So whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, any platform, Nandoism. All right. So I will see you all at another time. Thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions, reach out